Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm coming up to Frenchie's last live, which, if you're curious, I did a reaction. Um, and when I did the reaction, I did catch the chat replay. I'm pretty sure there were comments that were deleted by that point, because the majority of what I was seeing in the chat, it was moving very quickly, and I wasn't really reading it, to be honest, because I was reacting to what bullshit she was saying. This was so... she shouldn't even have done this. It was pathetic. All right? She didn't tell us when BBJ passed. She really didn't answer anything. This this was a mess. All right. And to the people that are like, it doesn't matter to me about the money thing. Like, some people are like, well, she didn't tell us when the cat passed and then continued to get money. Or some people are saying donations. I don't care how you word it. Don't be a dingbat and not recognize that the majority of the audience that supported FFG was doing so because of her saving BBJ. Like, you're gonna tell me that whole thing didn't blow her channel up, didn't bring her to the place where she has been for the past two years. And I don't know if this is true. Someone let me know in the comments, but I saw somewhere that people are saying that she may have made up to like $500,000 the last 2 years or whatever. Like, I don't know if that's true, but I don't know, and listen, I do see there are still people that are like, I'm gonna watch her either way. That, personally, I always found her to be a bully. She gives bully energy. And like, I've seen people being like, oh, we love that you roast her, you roast Chantal, you roast other people. I don't know if they really understand what a roast is. Roasting is when you go balls deep, like coming in hard on a person, but they're your friend usually, and they're laughing along with you, like ragging on them. So, I don't really consider what Frenchie does or did, or I don't know what's gonna happen on now. I mean, she's saying she's coming back. I was baffled. When I listened to this live, I was just like, I barely had words for anything, what I was hearing her say. Yeah. So, all right, let's say you don't care about the money thing. Whatever. Personally, that's not what I am bothered by the most. But it goes and it intertwines and goes hand in hand with the fact that she wasn't honest about when BBJ passed away. So people who are like, I don't understand, right? Because that's how you sound to me in my head. I don't understand when I read your comments. I don't understand that. I love FFG. I'm going to support. Like, okay, go ahead and support her. I don't give a shit. Go live your life. Go live your life. Support whoever you like. Give money to whoever the fuck you want. I don't give a shit. But acknowledge that the majority of people that were supporting her because of what she was portraying she did for BBJ, right? Because at the end of the day, I don't give a fart, a queef about FFG, her fucking brother, and their fucking problems. Don't get me wrong, though. I did make popcorn for this live, which was wasted because this live had nothing worthy of even hearing. But, I'm gonna make popcorn and watch and listen because I want to know, like, I'm gonna watch, right? I'm invested now, okay? I want to see what the fuck is going on. Like, when the brother has this or that to say. And I don't even say we necessarily should believe anything the brother says, right? But it is starting to seem like he was honest about a few things. He might have been off about the month, but not by much. It was like a week to me. Like, he says October. She's showing you a video from November 7th of that same year. Obviously, if she had something that was from an earlier time, date-wise, or year, she was going to show that. All right? I don't think she's holding that up her sleeve, like, to pull out later. Like, oh, no, guys, the way she was nervous as fuck in this live. She made. I don't know if she wrote down stuff to say, like, she should have though, because like it was a mess. All right, so fine. Yeah, people who like, I don't care about the money. All right, I hope I somehow explained and got the point out of why it would matter, and maybe like, yeah, you don't have to care, but at least give decency to the people who are pissed about that, because they do have a right to be pissed about that if that's how they feel. Okay, um, and like not telling us when. That's the biggest thing. When BBJ passed, and for me personally, I think it's a pretty big deal that she wasn't honest about BBJ living with her, because that's what it's seeming was the case. She didn't, man, she didn't say shit fucking this fucking thing. I can't believe there's any people in that live. All right, you must really love this bitch. You must really have your nose up her fucking butthole to not give a shit about this. To be like, oh, you're still a good person. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? If BBJ was living such a wonderful life of a queen, man, we would have seen videos and pics every fucking day. All right, so just get and that's just my opinion. And unless this bitch shows otherwise, that's how I'm gonna feel. My opinion's gonna remain that way. So, all right, let's look at. I actually didn't come up here to fucking to bitch so much about my personal feelings, but I do want to see what other people have to say here, because I feel like comments are definitely being deleted. Okay, not the video being from 2023. Goyle. Yeah, let's like that. Leave cats alone! Don't fuck with cats. When will... You think anyone in girl world who's been here for more than like 5 minutes would know? Alright. Oh, FFS. Saying the community is feral? I think she meant FFG, right? Or corrected that. Saying the community is feral as if you don't directly contribute to that dynamic? Shame on you! Absolutely. I feel like out of every creator, and I've said this in the react that I did, like, when I first got into this community, which was around, like, right after the time she got BBJ, all right? It was a big deal. Like, I know it was. I remember. Everyone was, like, freaking out about it. And still does, and is now, because of this bullshit. Yeah, anyway. I'm not going to say I listen to every creator in Girl World, but like when I became introduced to Girl World, I definitely checked out different people. Some I really liked, some I liked and then stopped watching. Some, I start watching. Some I watch for a minute, take a break, blah, blah, blah. I always watch Mavis and Mudhead though, right? They mostly cover Alexandra Rodriguez now, but always have watched them. And when I did watch FFG for like the few times I did, I was like, the first time I totally was laughing. I was like, holy shit. Like she was saying what I don't remember which live it was. But I was like, oh yeah, this bitch is funny. She's funny. And then the third, fourth time I listened, I was just like, okay. I really was like, wow, everyone's super savage. Listen, like I just said, the roasting thing, I grew up roasting the fuck out of my, like, totally talking shit with my friends. Alright? But they were my friends and they laughed along. Alright? So, yeah, I don't know. Yes, what this person said. So like this person, and listen, I'm not dogging people like this. Look, this person's like, look, thanks for all the laughs through the years, Frenchie. Just remember, most of us don't use Twitter. We're just here for the shits and gigs. Now, look, if you want to support her, I said this in my live, the react to her live. I think it's great. I think it's wonderful. She has people that love her. But I do think this is weird and creepy. And Yaba said it the other day. We've never seen you've never seen anything like this in the community, like from a creator. Basically all the things that FFG has done, like since she's, I guess, been in this community reacting to Chantal, like going to the fashion show, meeting Chantal's former best friend, going to the smoke shop on that visa run or whatever when Chantal was in Canada. Like getting Chantal's cat. And then this. I mean, I personally, like I said, I wasn't really listening to her before this. I kind of felt she had bully vibes just from everything I just mentioned when I learned more about, like, everything that she's done leading up to getting the cat. And just, yeah, just lying about where the cat went for me and when the cat passed is just, like, despicable. There's no excuse. I don't care. This bitch said nothing in this video that made me feel different. There's not much she could have said, but she could have said something, and she really didn't. So look, like, if you want to support this person, okay. But it makes me kind of question some of these people, her supporters, like, have that bully energy then. Because really, I don't know, like, if she talks about anything other than just, like, how disgusting Chantal is, ragging on Chantal's mother. Just, whatever, though. But you do you, guys. Yikes, this is rough. It's parasocial, but I expected better, honestly. It wouldn't have been weaponized so badly if you were honest. It wouldn't have been weaponized at all. It's only being weaponized now because she lied so much. And it wasn't just like one lie. She lied about a ton of things. All right, stop. I can't. So when did she die? Is she gonna answer this? You're still kind of dancing around the info people want. Oh, I must have come up here and already like stuff. All right. At this point, the reactors are on par with the Goyles. And FFG, if this was someone else, you would have torn them apart over this. You've done more for less. Yeah, I came up here last night to see the comments, and I wanted to come back because I feel like things might be deleted. I'm surprised some of these aren't already. I stopped paying my brother's rent, so he exposed me for the piece of shit grifter that I am. Okay, and... Half truths. Disappointing. It was 0 truths. Oh, I know you. Hello. I know you. Yeah, and I liked your comment. Yeah, half truths. Disappointing, beyond disappointing, and not even half truths. She didn't even give quarter truths. I don't know what this was that she came up and did. Girl world has lost the plot. All reaction channels, save a few, have gotten too big for their britches. I will agree with you. I can't. It's really wacky what's going on. I don't know if there's like the planets, the way they're aligned, that this is like the retrograde of like truth and just all. And I always say, the truth always comes to light eventually. I don't care how slick you think you is. That's why honesty is the best policy, even if people don't like it. It's better to be an honest asshole than a lying, deceitful, gaslighting, manipulative psychopath. All right, anyway, Girl World has lost the plot. All reaction channels say if you've gone to blah, blah, blah. To all reaction channels, no offense. I don't take offense. I think you're right. But I don't care about your personal drama or your beef between each other. All right, I get that there's a lot of people that feel that way, but I'm still getting the popcorn out and I'm watching. All right? You don't have to, but I'm watching. Yeah, I'm invested now. And also, is anyone talking about, like, how good-looking, FFG's brother is? He's kinda hot. If not, I can always go back to listening to true crime while I wash my dishes and pick up my dog do. It's not that deep. Like, I get this person, and a lot of people feel that way, and I think, actually, that's a good attitude to have in the bigger scale of things, like, yeah. And honestly, we do come here, as a community that are, like, invested in this, mostly to connect with each other, and yeah, to get a laugh maybe, or some insight, or, it depends on the creator you're watching, like, But yeah, I get what that person is saying. But I'm invested, sis, and I got the popcorn popping, and I want to know more. If this was a certain someone else, there would have been a 3-hour-long live stream witch hunt about them being a grifter and demands for receipts. How hypocrisy, indeed. Yeah. If you wanted to keep her life private and not be weaponized by the community, why announce you got her in the first place? Oh, yeah, I liked this before. You should have just adopted her, kept her life private, and then you wouldn't be in this mess, but you wanted the money, money, money. Be real. If you truly would have meant this fake apology, you would have come on camera if only to appear sincere. But we all know that's the last thing you are, and you have no sincerity. I mean, I don't really care if she shows her face. Look, this is my face. I'm a fucking pipe-smoking, hat-wearing gorilla, all right? Like, I'm not gonna dog on her for not showing her face. And if some of you have seen it, I mean, do you blame her? And usually I don't make jokes about like that. I'm sorry. Even though I don't like her and everything, I don't normally make jokes like that. But yeah, look at me. I'm a fucking gorilla. So, I feel like you didn't even need to see her face. Just hearing her voice, like, it was so nervous. She stumbled over a lot of words. She was trying to say death's door, but she said door's death. In general, a lot of what she said in this live, or really all of it for me, she didn't really say anything. So I guess it did take some talent to do 15 minutes of saying absolutely nothing and still having a lot of people apparently still want to be fries or in her girl gang or whatever it is. But yeah, if you truly would have sorry, I just read that. Very disappointing, lame attempt to save face. Wasn't it all about the money for you too? So disappointing, you should have told us and given a date. Yeah. You can make your streams and dogpile people, but now that it's about you, you don't like it. A lot of these people are yay amused watching this crap, but don't be confused. We see the hypocrisy too. How would BBJ's death be weaponized against you exactly? By who? Your subscribers wouldn't care, so why would you be concerned? And they still don't care, a lot of them. So why would you be concerned with what anyone else says when they're always talking shit anyway? That excuse makes absolutely no sense. I think this would have been a lot better if the transparency of a date was given. Disappointed is the word. Good thing you have your accountant job to fall back on, or was that a lie too? All you had to do was tell us. Well, we would have understood. But you lied by omission. Yikes. As much as I love watching and support FFG, this is not a good look at all. Yeah, no shit. Not saying anything was bad enough, but to keep saying things about what you are getting her for Christmas and that you would have shown a receipt video of her a few months ago is not okay. Damn, if this was anyone else, you would have lost your mind, FFG. You owe a lot of people money back. This is what happens when you're so arrogant, you think you're the smartest person in the room. Only the room is empty. Ha 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 ha. Money is the root of all evil, isn't it, Goyle? The point of BBJ's death was concealed and a false narrative was told. Doesn't matter if it was October 23rd or a few months ago, in my opinion. Was on your side until this video. I feel so disappointed. So it's true. Yes, the date is different. Did I miss the date, actually? So many lies. Not only a coward, you said it. Fucking unbelievable. Beyond disappointed. I guess enjoy all the sub money and getting your spite house. This was extremely weak, though. It's not a high bar to step over to be better than those you're critiquing when Chantal is your target, but you still found a way to trip and stumble. I don't know if this is true. Someone let me, I guess it's going to be, I don't know where this person got this number, but I saw something about $500,000 possibly that she made in the last 2 years or something. So I don't know if that's true, but if it is, no wonder she was paying her brother's rent, especially if he had information on this and was threatening to, out it, or does have some sort. He says he has a video or a voicemail or something, obviously of FFG, that if is exposed, will ruin her life. Will ruin her. Ruin her is how he put it. And was claiming or saying he was going to make a YouTube channel, I guess, to show that stuff. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if he actually has any sort of video or anything. I will say he seemed to be telling the truth about the BBJ living with FFG this whole time. And that, to me, Just finding out that, to me, is fucked up. Because then, to me, she should have been showing the cat. So that says to me, she didn't want us to see the cat. And don't give me this bullshit, the cats were tired. She wouldn't have wanted to show the cat because really, maybe that's how bad the cat might have been looking. Okay? Because the cat obviously wasn't in great shape, all right? Besides being elderly, obviously had other things going on. And even in that video, she showed a picture or something. The video that's going around, she didn't show it in this live. It was of her giving BBJ some treats or something, saying how much BBJ loved these treats and would pounce off just like a little kitten pounce off whatever, the desk or table or pillow or whatever she would be on to go get this treat. And I don't even know if she ate the treat in the video, but like she's sitting there. And personally, I think she looks very thin. And you know what? I expect that from a cat that's elderly in general. All right. That happens with elderly cats and dogs. If they reach that age, because we know that she was at least 19, right? BBJ when FFG took her, wasn't she? 18, 19? If not 20. I feel like I hear the word 20 or number 20 that goes around, but I think it was like 19 or 18. BBJ, the age, when she got her, but I'm not sure. You should be ashamed of lying, manipulating people for so long. What moral right do you have to criticize anyone? Thank you. When you have deceived and scammed others as you did, take your own advice and seek help. That's how I feel. I wonder how, and this was, so I came up here last night and saw a lot of these, obviously. And so I guess they're not deleted right now. What kind of reply was there? I don't know. I feel like she might have replied to something. Get over yourself, someone said. No. You get over yourself. Jerk, rolling your eyes. How will you ever recover? The emotional attachment is so strong with this one. All right. These are the people that I'm talking about who literally, you guys, I feel like there's something wrong with FFG, that she's creepy and weird, and I feel that about people who are saying this. That's just my opinion. Moral right? Honey, you are in the wrong place. This is girl world. All right, I have something to say to that. I do believe, and we just saw this with the Rachel thing, okay? I don't know if this person only knows about Chantal in Girl World, but Girl World is a whole giant community. And what I've learned, when I first became part of Girl World, I was like, what the hell is wrong with these people? Why would they want to spend so much time and energy focused on these people that they clearly fucking hate? That's how, as time went on, I was like, oh, now I get it. Now I get it. I've been in it. I have a reaction channel, or I have a tarot channel that now has become more of a reaction channel because it's so inspired by the girls and Girl World. Girl World, now I know, is, this person might not see it, and I don't know how, if you're watching, you see it, but for me, now I feel like it's not necessarily, it's only toxic if you allow it to be toxic in your life, okay? For me, I'm like, wow, this is a community that, like, I have found a lot of really beautiful friendships and people in this community, all right, for me. And because my channel is so much smaller, I was able to, like, form certain relationships with certain people in the community that, I feel like I've actually formed friendships with certain people. And you guys know who you are. And it's like, it's so much bigger than just the girls a lot of the time, all right? It is truly a community. And I feel like people who were invested in BBJ and what was happening to them, in Chantal's care, and invested energy. I don't care the money. It's the energy that they invested in BBJ. And this person lied not only about where BBJ went, but when they passed. And look, if you want to say they don't have to tell us, okay, but they actually said from their own lying lips, if there's changes or something happens, when that day comes, you guys will know about it. So she was obviously going to lie at some point about when the cat passed, right? And and I don't know if she was holding out because her brother has blackmailed her with something. If he does have some sort of, the only thing he says, like he has video and or a voicemail or something that could destroy her. And this is what I feel. It's just an opinion, a feeling. If there is something that's so devastating that it could destroy FFG, like completely, like in the community at least, it's got to be something where, like, she took BBJ, brought BBJ to the vet, and the vet was like, it would be more humane to put, BBJ down than put her through whatever treatments, pull out the nails, put her through whatever. I don't know. Usually, in my experience, with my dog, like up till I moved to here, I had dogs my whole life. So, like, before I moved here, and this wasn't the first dog I had to do this with, unfortunately. But before I moved, I had my dog for like, he was 18, almost going to be 19. And he developed the big C, and it went to his brain. And we made the choice to, let him pass what we considered to be peacefully and in a controlled environment. You guys know if you've been there, right? So, and I've had other dogs before this one, right? I've never dealt with a vet where, like, it's like, oh, we're just gonna put this animal down unless it's necessary. And I know there are vets that are unethical and will, maybe not do the right thing when it comes to that. But my point of bringing that up is I can't think of any other reason or thing that would, like, because girl world is really a lot, like 99% of it, I feel like, are like animal lovers. I might be off on, it might be a lower number than that because I am seeing there are a lot of people that don't care about what happened to BBJ, it seems like. Right? That still support FFG. Because I don't know how you could care about BBJ and not feel like, what the actual fuck with this whole thing. I wonder how your girl gang would react if Chantal did this. Yeah, no doubt. So when did she pass? Oh, FFG, you didn't have to lie. Oh, wait, did I go back to the... Yeah, alright. Deflection at its finest. Give us a date. Would have helped the situation. Absolutely nobody forced you to say that she was living her best life and to make up stories about what you got for her for Christmas. Why would you do that? Because she's a psychopath. She's a really this to me is beyond, and this is worse than Chantal if you really think about it. If you really step back and you look at the last 2 years, like, I've been watching some Charlie Gold lately and the videos that she did specifically on FFG, and Charlie Gold has all the receipts, all the receipts, all the receipts. Like, you see and hear everything with your own ears, and then this comes out, this live that she did, this weird live, and it's like, oh, hell no. Hell no. Anyway, I think if it weren't for the made-up stories, many people, including myself, wouldn't care this much. Did I read this already? Because, like, I really don't care. FFG owes me nothing, and I've watched her for years because her commentary makes me laugh, because you're also, like, a bully. And obviously, what, like, alright, alright, alright. Just my opinion. Nothing more or less. And with that said, I just don't take girlwood that seriously. I'll always be a viewer here. Okay, so like this, like the other person, I understand this. Like, they're not invested, all right? But I am. So, like, the way I think this person is weird for not being, like, upset, they feel that way about me. So it's cool. It's cool. We are all entitled to our individual feelings, right? Okay. I can go on my phone, cuddle the date of a video to 1955 and make it look like I was a grown, adjourned when I wouldn't be born for 22 years, fake as fuck. So this person is now, I did hear people saying, like, or bringing up, like, that things could be doctored. But if she did doctor it, why would she do it, like, a month or, like, literally what could be a week after, oh, wait, was, didn't, wait, I feel like the brother said October 20 something, right? So that's why I keep saying, like, it's like a week after what he said, you know? But it doesn't really matter if he said the beginning or end. It was October. The video she put out would have been the following month, the first week of that month, November. I just feel like if she was going to fake a date, she would have made it the year. She would have changed the year. Like, if she was going to deep fake it. So there must be something that the brother has. He must have something that she is scared of him releasing that has to do specifically with the cat shit. You know? That's how I feel. Because she could have just easily then altered the date and made it say November 8th, 2025, this year. Even 2024. And I think people would, I think it's like the fact that, oh my God, 2023, that's not like a minute ago. That's like hours, days, weeks. That is 2023. We're almost going into 2026, bitch. What the fuck are you fucking... FFG sitting with Rachel, wiping her tears with all the super chats y'all give her. This is why you don't touch poo. I feel like these bitches are like divine, eating the poo. They're eating the poo. This is beyond touching poo for me. Full on eating it, putting it in your mouth and swallowing it poo, like full on slaw. Loving the poo. I never donate a penny to anyone on the internet for these reasons. I have no horse in this race. You make me laugh. Excuse me. I find you a great relief and actually entertaining. Keep giving me that. All is fine on my end. All right? Another person that, fine. I am so fucking sad I don't even know what to say. That's how I feel. Where's the live chat? She took it away if you want to watch it. I have some of it, unless I didn't get the live chat. I have the live chat replay. So if you want to check it out, it's in my react to this debacle. I couldn't care less that you didn't announce BBJ's passing. Of course you don't, because you don't give a shit about the cat. You don't care that she lied about... All right, whatever. You're entitled to your opinion, person. If you had... Chantal would have gloated as if it was some kind of win. That's not true. I don't think that at all. Are you insane? All right, whatever. And even if she would have, who gives a shit? You guys don't give a shit what people like you think Chantal is like so disgusting and despicable and hate her, right? So what do you fucking care? And she said to her audience that she would let us know, all right, when the cat passed. All right, so I don't want to hear this bullshit. And this is bullshit, but I'll read it because this is their personal opinion. And I'm sure there's others that feel this way. If you had, Chantal would have gloated as if it was some kind of win. BBJ's life and death was none of Chantal's business after. So fuck Chantal. What about the community? It's more so about the community. And I will even say this. Fuck Chantal when it comes to that, because I agree on that part. Not necessarily that she's going to gloat or whatever, but maybe she had a reason to then. And I don't know, maybe this person kept this cat alive longer than they should have, if that is the case. In which case, it's not about gloating, it's about the fact that you would be so sick and you hate Chantal so much that you would, like, extend the life of an animal that is suffering for your own gain. Or just to spite the situation, like, just to spite Chantal. That's crazy. Allegedly, in my opinion, that could have happened. That's how I feel. BBJ, and even if BBJ's life and death was none of Chantal's business, it is the community's business. Even if you don't feel that way, FFG said she would let people know, and she didn't. She's a liar. But either way, you feel personally you're glad she kept it private. All right, you must. All right, whatever. She didn't deserve to know. I don't care about. We deserve to know, you dingbat. Your decision had nothing to do with being a coward. Yeah, it did. It had to do with preserving your mental health and keeping. Listen, if her mental health is that affected by Girl World, then she could take a break from Girl World. Go take a break. You don't have to come up and do a live for every single fucking live that Chantal does. And we all know Chantal goes live pretty much every fucking day. Alright? Whatever, bro. Your decision had nothing to do with being a coward. It had to do with preserving your mental health and keeping BBJ's passing a private matter. I would have kept it close to the vest too, because you're a weirdo like that. Good. Birds of a feather flock together. Publicly delving into a beloved animal's passing while also dealing with a loved one's illness passing is too much. Bullshit. I don't want to hear none of this shit. She gave bullshit excuses. This is all bullshit. But all right, you're allowed to feel this way, just as I'm allowed to feel the way I do. You saved BBJ's life. You know, people used to feel that way. But now I'm not so sure if BBJ was staying with her the whole time. If BBJ went to the vet with her, and then maybe the vet said, this is a lot for this elderly cat to go through, and she said, I don't give a shit. I don't want to put the cat down. You know, maybe that's if Chris comes out with that, are you going to feel different then about this? Or are you still going to feel this way? I don't know, because I'm feeling, and yeah, all right. Gave her a pain-free and peaceful passing surrounded by people who genuinely loved her. I don't know about that because, as FFG says and has said, she don't even like fucking cats. She's even called this cat a motherfucker. And I'll go do a react to Charlie Gold's video, her live, where she put snippets of all the shit that this bitch has said throughout the years having to do with the cat. All right? Yeah. I'm going to do that because some of you guys might, I don't know if you were listening every day to this bitch or got receipts like Charlie Gold. She didn't even like cats. So now this cat you took the cat from the only person, I don't care how much you hate Chantal, that's the only person this fucking cat ever knew. This elderly cat who's suffering, physically and otherwise, whatever, however you want to see it, takes this cat, doesn't even like cats, lied to everyone about where the cat was going to go. All right? Then it stayed with what, FFG and her dogs? The cat wasn't supposed to be around dogs. That's stressful for that cat. All right? Going to a new place with a person they never met who hates that owner more than anyone else in this whole fucking community, the way they talk about Chantal. All right? And I will say, maybe this person hates Chantal so much because they hate what they hate about themselves, they see in her. Because I don't know, man. Like, this goes next. All right. Let me just keep. Pain-free and peaceful passing surrounded by people who genuinely loved her. I hope that is the case. But like, you heard what I just said, and that's what I feel. And just like you're entitled to your opinion here, person, I'm entitled to mine. That's all most of us care about. I'm going to say I care more about where, obviously, BBJ was living and when they passed. I donated then and I would donate again, and you will in the future, I'm sure. I venture to guess, and people like this, if she come back up here, she better have enough people like this, all right? Which I'm sure she will. I never was a supporter, and so whatever. I donated then and I would donate again. I venture to guess the vast majority of your audience feels similar. So we'll find that out. Per the IYK, I don't understand this. I'm too old for this. IYKYK. You are not alone. I'm going to have to look that up after this. Many of us have been through something similar. I know I have, and it's devastating. It hurts enough to endure privately. I cannot imagine it being plastered all over social media. It's selfish, cruel, and exploitative for others to broadcast it. Some reactors in this space have gone feral, and it's inexcusable. I have to look up what this means. I said it when you brought... I will say, though, out of all the creators in this community, I feel like no one is more savage and has gone after other creators and literally destroyed other creators' channels just by saying, like, I don't like them. Okay? Than this person here, FFG. But okay. And I have to look up what this IYKYK means. I said it when you brought up Yaba's trauma, and I hold the line here too. People's private pain should not be free or monetized content, or carelessly spread around the internet for the world to see and judge as a gotcha. The sanctimonious, sorry guys, smug videos some reactors have made are tone deaf and quite frankly cringy. Others' personal suffering is not entertainment. I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. You have a good heart. I see it. All right. Everything will be okay. Well, not the same, but okay. I always say for every high, there's a low. So she really should have, when she was at the high point, that's when she should have just, like, come out with the truth. But obviously, her brother has some shit on her. Like, or else she wouldn't be blackmailed, as she put it in this live, by this person. He must have some real shit on her that she was paying his rent, as she says, all right, since their mother passed away. Try your best to give yourself some grace. I feel like she deserves the same treatment that we would give Chantal in this situation, if it was Chantal. That's how I feel. But I understand, you know what? I think she's very lucky to have people that actually are like this, because otherwise, I don't know. I don't know if mentally, if it was me, if I put myself in FFG shoes, and I assume or imagine that she has a soul, which I'm not sure she does. I feel like she might be more like Chantal than Chantal is at this. That's just how I feel right now, like, about this. So I'm really curious to see if the brother does have some sort of video or voicemail, like, and if he does, I wonder if that's what the blackmailing, like, or if that's what she's been paying his bills, or rent for that time, to keep that under wraps. Because why else would you be doing that for him? Like, yeah, I'm the type of person too. Maybe she does have a good heart, and she was doing it to help her brother, and she just happened. Maybe she did make $500,000 the last 2 years, from this community, from making videos here, and maybe she's really generous and wanted to help her brother. I would do that. I would do that too. You know what so maybe she was just doing that. But it is kind of weird, because her brother has been apparently talking some sort of shit about her on Twitter for like at least a year, maybe two. I got to go back and do a react to Charlie has a live. It's like, I think 3 or 4 hours long. But I'm going to react to like the first 15 to 30 minutes, because there's a lot that is shown in that. And you should watch the whole thing if you're interested. But actual, like, the tweets, or things that Frenchie has said that don't line up or show that she's fucking a dirty liar. All right. See, I just don't like liars. I don't accept that shit in my real life, so I'm not going to take it, like, especially in this case when it comes to the cat. If it was anything else, I wouldn't give a shit. But this is the BBJ thing. This was like a huge, this is something that has been, don't tell me the majority of the people that have been supporting her hardcore are people that were supporting her, again, for what she supposedly did and was still doing for BBJ. And if most of them knew that BBJ was living with her, they might not be so supportive, or they might say, we don't want her with you. And if that, it makes you think, she doesn't like cats. She could have taken BBJ and then said, guys, I have BBJ. Now, look at the giant-ass community in Girl World, right, that gives a fuck about BBJ. There would have been thousands of people that would have been willing to, and had experience with, and loved cats, and had experience with elderly cats, all of this stuff, and would have said, you know what, I will happily take BBJ, and so that she could be in the best treatment and go peacefully, respectfully, when it is her time, however that is, whether it's naturally or assisted, right? She could have done that, but she didn't. And it makes me wonder, did she always say, like, I'm gonna keep this cat, and, like, whatever? But, like, I just don't understand that part. Like, why would you have the cat live with you? You don't like cats, you chain smoke, supposedly, you had dogs, the cat should... I don't know. I feel some sort of way about this. Grief is all-consuming. And listen, I've lost my mother when I was in my 20s, my father just a few years ago, a ton of pets along the way, because I've had dogs my entire life, and cats since I've gotten here, okay? And, a roommate or two when I was in my 20s that had a cat that, like, I thought of as them being my cats too, and, hearing about them passing years later, the roommate calling me, let me know what's going on, or, like, a boyfriend that I was with, we had a dog, or he had a dog, but, it was, like, our dog when we were together. When it ended, he let me know what happened when the dog passed or was sick, because he knew I loved the dog. Come on, man. All right. Anyway, people that, like, feel like this, I feel like they just never cared about BBJ to begin with or end with, so, or they're parasocial about FFG, Because some of them sound like Beezers now. Like, they're just supporting her regardless. They don't care about the cat thing. They don't care. Don't you care that in general she's a fucking liar? All right. Anyway, you're literally Chantal Stalker. Police need to be involved. Yeah. That's a new comment. I haven't seen. I'm surprised some of these are still here. Because I feel like the only reason I came up here to, like, do this video, I came up last night, I was looking through, obviously, you saw where I thumbed up, like, I was like, oh, let me see what people's are saying. Are they supporting her? What's going on? And then I saw I don't know if it was Garlic Bread. I'm not sure. But I feel like it was him, did a video where it was like, oh, she's deleting comments. Or she maybe clapped back at some people that were leaving comments and then deleted the response. Maybe that's what he was talking about. So I thought I was going to come up here and see things like deleted. Interesting seeing all the unhinged pearl clutchers in the comments here. You guys are really proving FFG's point. The funniest part is how many separate directions y'all running to dog on her. That's kind of funny. See, you're gaslighting me with that, honey. That's you are like this person. If you wrote that and you really feel that. There's something really weird about what you just wrote. Because, like, she didn't say anything in this live. Did we listen to the same live? Are you serious? 2025, the year when everything hidden in the dark comes in the light. It's so weird, right? Like, the Rachel thing, just what's happening with the reaction channels in general. Alright, I saw that. Saw this. Yeah, this person, I just think that's really funny. Listen, I don't even think people are necessarily, dogpiling or attacking her. Most are telling you they're disappointed she's a fucking liar. And tell us something. Tell us something. Tell us something that's true. You know? Girl world, that's one thing about this community. They don't like people that, first off, don't fuck with cats. That's just something you know. You could be here for, like, you could have just come here yesterday, and you're gonna learn real quick, don't fuck with cats. Or dogs, and animals in general, right? But we don't fuck with cats here. And two, we don't like liars, okay? We don't like people that lie. And she fucked around, and she lied. Disappointed. First Rachel and Hecticana, but I thought my FFG didn't F around like that. Now all the idiots are coming for her. Ugh, and with everyone getting taken down and demonetized, guess it's time for me to dip after many, many years. Alright, well, you can come follow me. Alright, yeah, I never followed Rachel. I already didn't like Hecticana. I actually do plan on doing a reaction to his last DoorDash Girl video because of the updates and things that have happened with the DoorDash Girl situation. So I do feel like I personally want to apologize for certain things because when I'm wrong, I can actually stand up and say, I was wrong. I'm sorry. Like, if I, if you listened to me and took my side because you just like me, I was wrong. Don't do that. Have your own opinion. I always say that. But there's also a lot of things that I still feel very strongly about that have to do with that situation. And I did watch Hecticana's video talking about, like, since the charges that have been brought on, the girl was charged with 2 Class E felonies. And the way he spoke, I definitely have still things to say regarding the way Hecticana responded to it and what he said. But I will apologize for what I was wrong about. Because that's what you do. Whether I am an asshole, and I can be a real dick, alright? But it doesn't mean I can't, realize when I've been wrong about something and apologize for that. Because that's what you do. That's what I was raised. I don't understand how are you people raised? I don't understand. The family bullshit. And my parents, my mother was a trucker, my daddy was a pirate. They were the most, for reals. My daddy was like, before I was born, led a biker gang. he was like no joke. Like, he wasn't some sappy wuss. Like, my mother was. She did time. Like, I ain't even gonna. She was. Oh man, I could tell some stories about my parents. Like, you know, but they raised me to be respectful, regardless of this. Like, if a person is wealthy or poor, to be respectful, to say please, thank you, and to stand up for what I feel is right, to protect people that are weaker than me, and beings that are weaker than me if I can, and if I'm wrong, apologize, accept that you're wrong. Now and do right. Now make it right. I don't understand. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. The family bullshit on X is crazy. Now, I'm gonna say I did at one time make an X account, but then I got rid of it because I really didn't go up there. And now I'm like, should I open my X account again so I could see what the hell is going on? Maybe I will, so I can show people that do want to see about this. Because FFG's brother is up there on X, tweeting like a motherfucker. And so apparently is FFG's dad. I don't know if you saw the last Charlie Gold live, but I feel like she showed some. Oh, I feel like the last Charlie Gold live may have not had to do with this at all. Was it? No, it was. It had to be. Towards the very end of that live, the brother tweeted something. I guess he was actually watching the Charlie Gold live in real time. And then Charlie Gold, I think, showed like an old, or I don't know how old the tweet was, but apparently, allegedly, it's from FFG's dad. And if that is FFG's dad, if you see these tweets that are from FFG's dad, allegedly, I don't know if it's actually the dad. I mean, Chris goes back and forth with them. Like, it's their fault. Look, this shit is so weird. It's so Jerry Springer. It's so Jerry Springer level at this point that it just makes you really go, wow, FFG sat here talking about Chantal's mother being a whore, talked about Chantal's father, like, just leaving because, like, Chantal's so horrible, disgusting. Like, she was a little girl. Like, it could be part of the reason why she turned out the way she is. I'm not making excuses for Chantal. But it just really baffles me that someone that might have actually experienced or has, the way that she made her, I don't have to listen to FFG or be an FFG, like, fan to know that the way she went in on Chantal and her family and the things that she said, like I just said before about roasting is something that you do to your friends. You say disgusting shit to them, but they're laughing with you. That's what roasting is. That's what I was taught roasting is. I don't know what you guys think roasting a person is. It's usually they're in on it. They're laughing alongside, not, and to think, if this is her dad, Charlie Gold said it. Oh my God, I laughed so hard. Charlie Gold said it in the live, I feel like, when she was reading off one of these tweets that is supposedly FFG's dad. It was like unhinged. It's so next level, like, what the fuck? Just the way he talks and writes and the whole thing, it's like, what is going on here? And Charlie Gold was like, Frenchie, go get your daddy. Come get your daddy. Like, if this is your dad, come get him off of Twitter. What the hell? X, whatever the fuck. All right, this went on way longer than I meant for it to go. I was literally just gonna read the comments. So I'll just finish this, and then if you guys are interested, I guess, go check out the video, or you get the gist of what people are saying, right? Like, the family bullshit on X is crazy. The stuff Yaba is spouting is crazy. Send all the fans BBJ's ashes. The fuck? See Charlie Gold being full of anger issues and sending Zachary Michael out is crazy. Did you watch the Zachary Michael thing? Because I don't know. There's like receipts there for everything. So I feel like Zachary Michael, if he doesn't like Frenchie, And he's always felt like she was weird for doing stuff that she did even before the BBJ thing. He's allowed to make a video and respond any way he wants. It's just funny that you're saying this when this person, FFG, sits up here and fucking roasts everybody. All right? And she hits below the belt all the time, every time, and literally has destroyed other smaller channels and made it so like they were destroyed. I've seen it. Okay? So, yeah, whatever. We're all entitled to our opinions. I feel like Zachary Michael, like, it wasn't Charlie Gold that sent him over the edge and that he did. Like, no. It was what FFG said. And we saw it. I saw it. I don't know, maybe you didn't. All right, it doesn't matter. Because if she said that shit about me, best believe I'd be up here talking out of my face back at this bit. Like, excuse me, fuck you. You're a fucking liar. You're up here saying, like I just said, the majority of girl world, obviously you are not one of these people, are animal people. We don't fuck with cats. We don't fuck with dogs. And we don't like it when we find out that a creator there was a creator up here that has nothing to do with girl world. I wish I could remember his name. Ugh. But he just went through this whole thing because he has a dog that sits behind him on a dog bed. And he does lives that are like hours and hours long and that dog doesn't move. And a lot of people feel or felt like the dog was a prop. And this whole like controversy, conspiracy thing went on with him. I stopped following the story, so I actually don't know what happened with it. But people were freaking out because it seemed like he had had an electric collar on his dog or some sort of shock collar that kept the dog from moving or getting up. Or if it got up, he would do that and the dog would lay back down kind of thing. And he lost almost half or more of his supporters. And I still don't know. I have to find out. I should go look into it, what happened with that. But just like, that's how seriously people take this shit. Yeah. Yeah. And why, excuse me, maybe she should send the ashes to all of the people who seem to care more about BBJ than she did. All right? Are you serious? You don't think it's weird and creepy that she has BBJ's ashes sitting in her house? The ashes of a cat she probably didn't even like. Oh, she doesn't like cats. But BBJ is an exception. Right. The cat of the person that she hates more than anyone else. Shut the fuck up. All right, whatever. You're entitled to your opinion, weirdo. Like him, I don't even want to read it was there long enough that you could have read it. If you wanted to. Shut up. You don't think she's a bad person for hiding it. Well, I do. See, now I'm getting pissed. But you're all entitled to your opinions, all right? Can you answer a question and make a tribute video? Yeah, look. The reason why it's important and it matters about her telling us when this happened is because people deserved to mourn BBJ. People deserved to pay tribute to BBJ, and BBJ deserved to have the best life that they possibly could have had. And I think most of us feel that she probably didn't have it with someone like Frenchie. All right, that's it. And we're entitled to feel that way, just as others are entitled to feel that she was the best thing that ever happened to BBJ's life. All right? She's still a fucking liar, though. All right, I'll leave that there, and maybe you guys let me know if you want me to go see what's happening on Twitter. All right, if you care about this stuff. I know a lot of people don't, but I do, and I got the popcorn out, and I want to see what this guy Chris, FFG's brother, and now allegedly, apparently, maybe her weirdo father is saying up there. All right, guys, because now she is. Listen, Anne Boleyn's demonetized. Chantal will probably lose her channel. Here you go, Frenchie. You can still be part of Girl World because now you're a lol cow. All right, see you in the next one, guys.